Hi guys, welcome back to Project 888 Ducati. So we've pretty much got the engine stripped down, ready for vapor blasting, and one thing or another. It's pretty much well in hand now, so blocking all the oil ways up and that sort of thing, ready for vapor blasting, as I say. So just going to do a very quick a very quick video today, just on kind of the process with a bore measurement on it. Now, unlike the earlier bevel Ducatis, the new breed, if you like, are running chrome cylinders, Nickel cylinders, whatever you want to call it. So it's essentially a chrome plating inside the bore that's real hard wearing. As you can see, it's really quite thin. There's no cast iron liner in there. It's just aluminium plated, really hard wearing. Have to be careful with such a out of the engine. It's quite easy to clout that, you know, give that a bit of a knock anywhere and you soon get that out of shape. So yeah, I think we can just see, I don't know if you can see the honing marks inside the bore. So I'm not expecting a lot of wear on this bore, certainly with the chrome plating. As I say, looking at it from the top, it's ready for a good clean out. There's a bit of sludge in the waterways and one thing and another. But so we'll do a bore measurement on it. We've got one dowel on it, so just to set it up, try and stop it rocking a bit, I'm going to just sit it on these little rubber. Okay, so to do a reasonable, or a bit better than reasonable, an effective measurement, we need to calibrate our gear and make sure our gear's right so we don't get wrong readings. Okay, so now what we can do is, I've got a micrometer that measures the range from 75 to 100, and with it came a calibrated bar that's 75mm. So when we set this micrometer up to 75mm, that is supposed to be, when we're measuring that at 75, we know from any measurement afterwards, if it measures this at 75, we know we've got an accurate measurement. So we can kind of double check this. I think that's pretty definitive. Okay, so we're at 75. So at 75mm, I've even put it in there, 2.953, 2 inch, 953 thousandths of an inch. There we go. Right, so we've ascertained here that that is exactly 75. So 75mm in our, just coming round to the 0. Doesn't fall out. My camera keeps turning on, so I have to keep turning it back on to see what you can see. Okay, so just near here, the 0 lined up with a little mark. So we know now this micrometer is accurately measuring. Okay, so 75mm. So the bore size of this Ducati is 94. So we want to wind out to 94. Right, we're at 91, 2, 93.5, 94. Okay, 94. Lock it at that. The gap between there now is 94mm, but obviously we can't measure the bore with this, so we're bringing this little fella. Okay, this can be really awkward, certainly when you're doing it on a film. When you're trying to do it on a film with people watching, it won't go to plan. So we've got the correct size anvil in it to give us the range that we want. So what I want to do is just, let me make sure you can see exactly what I'm doing here. Right, what I'm going to do when I get this sat in here, there's a 0 on here. I'm going to 0 it. So if you get what's happening here, the spring loaded part on the end there, I'm going to get it set between these 2 points that we know is 94 and 0 it. Now I really am you see, as soon as I moved, I stopped drinking, I think. Got the shakes on. Joking. Right. I've normally got my glamorous assistant with me. Now, there we go. Okay. I don't want that to come flying out and let that out. I'm going to let that out gently. When you let that come flying out against its stop, it can alter. It can just go slightly out of them. So now we've transferred the measurements to our bore gauge. Okay. Now this could be difficult here. I'm going to have to try and do this. I'm going to hold the camera. So what we do now is we put the bore gauge in the bore, let it compress the plunger, and then when it's centralized, we're going to take a reading. Now if you go on an angle like that, it's obviously longer, so it's going to read longer. What we're trying to do is get it to be the minimum we can get it to be now to give us the reading. And if I can get it to 0, it's at 94. And there we go. We're at 94 mil in that bore. We'll take it at different places. Take the measurement at different places. It's not really a one-handed job, but there you go. I mean, we're even down to 0 again there. Okay. So what that's showing us is if I lean it back a bit, is that a bit easier? Is that a bit clearer? Just so the 0's there, so I can just get it down. So I'm not really unduly concerned about ball wear on this cylinder. So slide it back out, just let the spring-loaded release come out, and there we go. So that's kind of the process of transferring a known measurement via the micrometer into our bore gauge and then measuring the bore. Okay, so I hope that helped. That's the way you can measure your own cylinders, just with you don't have to be a massively expensive one. You just need a proper decent calibrated micrometer and a decent gauge. So I can see inside here. I mean, you can see the marks, but you can't actually feel them. So I'm not unduly concerned about any. You see where the rings have gone down to on the piston. So okay, thanks for watching. I think the next time you'll kind of see anything on this is when we've got all nice, clean, shiny bits and we're all starting to put it back together. Okay, catch you later.